Welcome to today's Daily Report Market Analysis videos with me, Richard Perry, Market Analyst at Hantec on Monday the 17th of February. There's a quite reasonably risk-positive look to markets today. You haven't got any US markets trading today. It's President's Day in the States, so you've got equity markets shut, you've got bond markets shut. So you're not going to get too much to steer out of the US today. Now, there have been a series of easing measures overnight from the People's Bank of China, which has allowed markets a little bit more to take on that sort of element of risk positivity. You've seen that they're going to provide medium-term financing of around about 200 billion yuan, and also cut the main interest rates by 10 basis points. So you've seen that really benefiting the Shanghai Composite primarily. And it's interesting that you're starting to see a little bit of strengthening through the Chinese yuan again there overnight. And is this a point at which we begin to see the US dollar starting to roll over? Obviously, we haven't got that steer out of the States today, so you can't really take this this move today with too much weighting. However, I think the fact that we're just starting to edge lower on that trade-weighted dollar index could be an interesting feature of trading in the coming days. Now, interestingly enough, bond markets are shut anyway, but we haven't really seen a pickup yet in the Treasury yield. So you'd want to see a decisive pickup if this risk rally is going to continue, because the S&P 500 continues to remain at record levels, not really showing any signs of correcting back. And it's interesting also that the VIX volatility index is at 3-week lows as well. So very interesting sort of marginal move towards more positive risk appetite. You've seen the oil price starting to pick up again. Is that improving once more? The commodities index is already starting to tick higher. So a little bit of a turnaround in sentiment. And if that were to be the case, then you'd certainly expect that commodity prices would start to increase again. They are a higher risk asset class. Equities in Europe broadly sort of taking a little bit of a gain or upside move today, and we're seeing that across the board really, but little real direction at the moment through markets, given the fact that it's going to be fairly reduced liquidity today with the US out of the game. So that takes me on to data points. Again, very quiet, nothing on the calendar of any note. So let's quickly move to the chart of the day, which is silver. Now, we saw on Friday a second positive candle on silver, and we're starting to see the market rising, starting to see it improving. Look at these momentum indicators. We've broken that downtrend on the RSI. We're starting to bottom out on those MACD lines, already seeing that stochastics are starting to pick up as well. So we're beginning to get the signs of renewed recovery. And I've said in the morning report that is this going to end up being a falling wedge pattern, which you would then see an upside break from. So you've got the resistance this morning, 1787. This morning's high, 1788. So just edging towards that resistance, but not decisively breaking. The key resistance is that reaction high at 1808, 1809 from the turn of the month. And if you see a breakout above that, then there really would be something in a potential sort of renewed push higher, because it would also be trading pretty much through the resistance of much of January as well. So it'd be an interesting turnaround that we're starting to see through silver. And generally speaking, you'd say that silver is still fairly positively configured, given the fact these momentum indicators are all still maintaining their positive configuration. And this reaction lower in the last few weeks looks to be a correction to be bought into. So we are expecting some stage the likelihood of an upside break. It's just exactly when it happens. An initial move today has just been come back a little bit. You can see here on the hourly chart, if I zoom in here. Just come back a little bit, but we're still looking at using weakness as a chance to buy. That support at 1760 is important as a pivot near term, as is around that 1770 level. So a couple of levels there to work with, but we are still looking for an upside break on silver at some stage. It's just exactly when it happens it'll be interesting to see. So I wish you good luck in your trading today. Click here to subscribe to our analysis videos, and also go to our website to sign up for our webinars.